Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I'm back with another apartment renovation, and we are renovating 131221 Chic Street in the Fashion District of San Myshuno. This is the apartment that normally belongs to Penny Pizzazz, and it's always been one of my favorite units, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time I am renovating it since we are able to update the windows now without mods in the city living apartments. And this is actually part of our Color-Drenched series that I have been doing here on the channel for the last couple of weeks, where I'm basically taking this idea of color drenching, which is not exactly like having like the solid color build challenge, but basically overwhelmingly using one color in a space and just being inspired by that. And I have so far tackled teal, mint green, and like a magenta-y purple. And by far, the most requested color that I have seen since has been yellow. So today we are doing just that. I really like how this yellow apartment came out. At first, I wasn't sure what sort of vibe I was going to go for, and so I just kind of let it happen and got inspired as I chose items, and it ended up going for more of a like sort of mid-century colorful interior, and I really like that. A lot of it's inspired by the fact that the couch I picked out from high school years had this red pillow on it, and then I found the rug from the bowling pack that I have in front of the counters right now that is red and yellow, and I just thought it was so beautiful, so I ended up getting some wood paneling in here and really leaning into that idea, and it ends up being just such a bright and happy apartment, so I really hope you will enjoy it. If you do and you'd like to download it, it is available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You could also find it under the hashtag Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. So just working on the kitchen space now, I have a beautiful hanging plant in the window. I also got these gorgeous pendants over the sink, like right in front of the window. Those are from the bowling stuff pack. I actually used quite a bit of that stuff pack in this build. It made a lot of sense. And then we are getting our dining table here, which is actually a high-rise table from the tiny living stuff pack, and I just thought it was absolutely perfect for this space. I wanted something pretty small, but I thought having something a little bit higher up with the glass top would make the space feel bigger, since it's not like an obstacle, you can see right through it. And then we're cluttering up the kitchen with some cutting boards as well as a dish rack and a few other things as well. I put a lot of plants in this apartment, but I guess that's not new. I do that in most of my apartments. Anyway, I would love to know which color you think I should tackle next. I've been seeing a lot of requests for orange as well as pink, but I'm open to any suggestions you have because I'm having a lot of fun with this series. It's nice to use some items and swatches I might not typically use as often to try and find a cohesive combination of items to really experience a single color in the space. Obviously there's some other colors in here, but primarily yellow is the focus here, as is whatever color I pick for each build, the focus of that build. So there's some different colored cushions in here and, you know, a couple of pops of patterns and all of that, but it's overwhelmingly yellow and I quite enjoyed that. Actually, I thought it was really fun. I had started working on this build and then I had a call with one of my friends here on YouTube. I'm sure you're all aware of Spring Sims. I was chatting with him on Discord when I was working on this, and I let him know, and he thought that was awesome. So of course I had to share that because he's kind of very well known for his love of the color yellow. So it was kind of cool that worked out that way. But anyway, in the living room here, I am just getting a sort of like gallery wall of images, and then I also decided I really wanted to use this record player from the Modern Luxe kit. It is such a beautiful piece and something that I'm so glad to have in the game, because for a very long time, the only one we had is the more retro one that is like a big cabinet piece from Get Famous, and that would have worked well in this apartment, but I kind of liked the idea of this being an apartment that has a modern day representation of mid-century modern versus having the actual time period, if that makes sense. So like the kitchen is definitely more modern day, but a lot of the furniture and color choices and stuff really lean older, if that makes sense. Hopefully that comes across, but I didn't really want it to be like a time period apartment. I wanted it to be just inspired by the design style, which is one of my favorites. I really love mid-century design, and a lot of the things I own in my real life is that style. So it's just always fun to bring that into The Sims. And anytime I get to use this kitchen counter set, which is not necessarily that style, it's just more modern, I'm so excited. This is from Home Chef Hustle, and it's just beautiful. It's my favorite kitchen set in the game. Obviously, it's still pretty new, but it's just so gorgeous, and the swatches are really fun, and I haven't used the yellow one very often, if at all, yet, so I was eager to do just that. Anyway, over here, I'm having a little side table for some extra decor, and I love the clock I put up above it. That's from the bowling stuff pack. And I will actually be switching out the side table here a little bit later to also be one from the bowling stuff pack. And I end up moving this one into the bedroom a little bit later, but I don't do that until I realized I forgot we had that side table, and I thought it would work perfect out here. But anyway, in this entryway space, I kind of treated it as an entryway and an office area. This area doesn't have any windows, but I thought it was a cozy spot to have an office. And I was really trying to explore with a different floor plan in this apartment, since now that we can move the windows, I feel like I have a little bit more flexibility on where rooms can be. Obviously, these are all interior walls, so I couldn't have windows here. But since, I've never been able to change the windows in this apartment before, I thought it'd be nice to explore that. And I actually ended up adding this gorgeous wallpaper in here in this yellow swatch. This one is from, oh goodness, I think that's from the Decor to the Max kit. It's this beautiful, sort of, I don't know what to call it. There's shapes on it. What's the word I'm looking for on there? It's not like hexagons, but anyway, it's got this beautiful wallpaper with these lines on it in this gorgeous light yellow swatch. It's just like a nice pop of pattern in this space, but it still brings in that color, and it's just looks so nice here. I like how it's a pale yellow. I kind of did a mixture of bright yellows and pale yellows in this space, but I also tried to make sure it looked okay. I didn't want it to feel like I just dropped a bunch of colors in here and they didn't work well together. I was trying really hard to make sure everything felt cohesive, and hopefully I achieved that. I've been trying really hard to make these apartments work. So over here, I thought, I'll add the yellow board, but I thought it was too bright for that space, so I did swap it out for the white one. However, I did get to use this gorgeous mirror over here in the entryway. In these yellow swatches. This one is from high school years, and it's just a really fun, funky piece, and I felt like it fit really nicely in this apartment. It's just a really colorful, happy apartment, and I really like that mirror. I don't use it very often. My first thought was to use this bed from, I believe, Get Famous, because it has a yellow swatch and is definitely more mid-century, but I actually opted to go for this one from high school years in the end, because the headboard was yellow and the sheets were purple, and since I had a little bit of purple throughout the rest of the apartment, I thought it would be fun. And then I'm using these side tables from Tiny Living, I think is where those ones are from. And then I'm going to change the rug swatch to be a yellow one. And even though the bed sheets in here are purple, I still feel like this room just feels like it has so much yellow in it. And I think it looks so nice. I loved these paintings they put over the bed. They're leaning paintings, so I had to put them on a shelf, but I thought that worked quite nicely. And it has the yellow frame and the purple with the hot dog. It's just really cute. And I thought it worked nicely in this space. I also brought in those same pendant lights that I had in the kitchen to hang over the bedside tables instead of having bedside table lamps that take up space there. So that way I could decorate the tables with whatever decor I wanted. And then, of course, getting some plants up here as well with pops of yellow. I love that branch one. I feel like it's one of the cuter items in the game for more modern takes on plants, I guess. I just really like the stick in the vase. I don't know if that's making any sense. But I love that one. I don't even really think I know what pack that's from. I'm going to guess it's from Dine Out, but I'm not sure. But anyway, over here, I did end up using a dresser that is from Get Famous in that more mid-century look. And then this is that side table I had mentioned that I swap out for. So I bring in the other one into this room so we can have a space to have I actually ended up putting a frame TV in here. At first I thought I would just put a picture, but I thought a frame TV would make more sense and look nicer. And then I'm trying to figure out what sort of chair to put in the corner. I thought about this one at first from the bowling stuff pack, but it felt a little bit too vibrant. So I actually opted for this one, which is just slightly less bright, a little bit more muted, which is from Get Famous. And once again, a chair I don't use very often. The other one that I almost used, I use very often in a variety of swatches and builds just because it's a shape of chair I really enjoy. This one's really pretty too. I just, for some reason, don't use it as often. I think it's maybe not as versatile, but I thought it looked really nice here, so I was happy with that. And then I am decorating the bedside tables. I get this cute little alarm clock as well as a little plant. And I've been really trying lately to get some different items on my bedside tables. I'm really struggling with it though. I feel like I go for the same items every single time. So I've been trying to switch it up a little bit. So I got some baskets over here as well as that alarm clock. That little plant ends up on almost every bedside table though. Then again, I just use that plant on every surface I possibly can think of. So I can't help myself with that. But I thought that these flowers from the, oh goodness, what is the name? Pastel Pop Kit were perfect in here. The purple and the yellow together I thought was so pretty. And then I just got a couple of decorations up here on the dresser as well. And that should be pretty much it for this bedroom. It's just a 1-bedroom apartment, but it's actually a pretty spacious bedroom. And I really enjoyed picking out the windows in here. So instead of having those floor to ceiling windows, which are gorgeous, it was nice to just kind of switch it out and have something that seems a little bit generic and more, I guess, realistic in what I see in more apartments, which are the ones that I grabbed, which I believe are from Get Famous. They just seem like average windows. So I really enjoyed using those. And then we're moving on into the bathroom, the final room of this house. I used the same tile that I used in the kitchen on the walls. And then I brought in this really pretty yellow tile on the floors, which is from the Decor to the Max kit. And then I just got like some basic toilet, sink, all of that. The shower actually matches that yellow swatch, which I thought was really nice. That is from the Growing Together pack. And then I'm just trying to figure out what decorations to put here. These towels are definitely a little bit more orange, but I felt like they worked nicely in here, so I decided to add them anyway. I also really liked this rug, and I also get a couple of these I keep wanting to call them aprons, and then when I hang up aprons, I want to call them bathrobes in here. I kind of feel like that yellow one is a little bit too bright for this space. It kind of clashes with the other shades of yellow, but I'm going to ignore that for now because I already did it. But overall, I think this bathroom came out pretty cute. I get a bunch of decor up here on the counter. We end up having a few different plants and basically a bunch of clutter from the bathroom clutter kit, which I really enjoy. I'm glad we got some clutter kits, but I also understand why some people don't like that we have so many of them now. Since some of the other kits have much bigger items and that one is all very small items. But that was something specifically I had been asking for since like before kits even happened. I was asking for a clutter stuff pack. So I really enjoyed that one. And I'm not sure what I want for kits going forward. I know we have 2 more coming out that were on the roadmap and I have no idea what to think of those, but I'm curious to see what they will be. Same thing with the stuff pack, since that's the bulk of the content we are getting this quarter. There's no bigger packs, so curious to see what those are going to be. But anyway, we are coming to the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more and click that bell to be notified when I upload. And of course, let me know what color you think I should do next for this series. I'm definitely open to hearing that, and make sure you check out my creator code. That is going to be in the description of all videos going forward if you'd like to support me as a creator when you purchase packs on the EA app or the Sims website. So thank you so much to EA for sponsoring this portion of the video. But with that, I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.